It was 2 p.m., and I had a long night. One I would never forget. I was back home, took another shower, and got dressed. I was scheduled to meet Kita at the Galleria. I threw on a pair of jeans with holes in all the right places, a white tank top, and some Jordans. Graduation was right around the corner, and I was only a few weeks away from turning 18. It felt like everything in my life was starting to shift. I used my mother's car. At the time, she was pushing a Ford Explorer, and I drove it more than her. It was 2:45 p.m. when I arrived, and I spotted Kita in the food court. I greeted her, and she seemed excited to see me. "I didn't think you would show up," she said. For a second, I thought to myself, why did I come? I guess I was just curious. Yeah, well, I'm here. So what's this get money quick scheme you got going on? I said. She motioned toward her fries as if to offer me some. I shook my head. Are you open-minded and willing to try new things? She asked. It depends, I replied. She was about to say something when an older man walked over. Hey, Diamond. Funny running into you here, he said. She looked up at him and gave a confident little smirk. You know I love when you show up, she said. What? Are you trying to help with my expenses today? The man smiled like he had been waiting to hear that. He was older, maybe in his 50s, medium build, trying his best to hold onto his hair with a slick comb-over. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a wad of money. I caught a glimpse of $100 bill sitting right on top. My eyes widened. Thanks, baby. Call me later. We'll finish that conversation, she said. He nodded and walked off. She looked back at me and saw the expression on my face. So, she said again, are you open-minded and willing to try new things? I leaned forward. Who was that? And why did he just hand you all that money? And who is Diamond? She let out a small laugh. All right, let me just get straight to it, she said. I'm grown. I've been living on my own for a while now. My own place, my own car, and I make my own money. She leaned in a little closer. My sister actually put me onto this. She's older than me, and she showed me how to move smart. I stayed quiet, listening. At first, it wasn't anything crazy, she continued. I would go out with men, dinner, events, just spending time. They'd pay for my time, easy money. I raised an eyebrow, and that was enough for a while, she said. But then I realized there was more money out there if I was willing to step outside my comfort zone. She paused for a second. The guy you just saw, he was one of my first real clients. I didn't say anything. We met, went out, and from there, things progressed. I was nervous, not gonna lie, but I kept it together. She shrugged, and when it was over, he left me $500. I blinked. $500? Just like that? I said. She nodded. Just like that. She leaned back in her seat. After that, I realized what I was sitting on, and I haven't looked back since. She looked at me, dead serious now. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you open-minded and willing to try something different? Girl, isn't that dangerous? I asked. Kita shook her head immediately. Not the way I move, she said. The men I deal with. They're professionals. They've got way more to lose than I do. I frowned. But what about your safety? Your health? You're out here dealing with different people? How do you even trust that? She laughed, like I was overreacting. Trust me, she said. I stay on top of everything. I'm not careless. I wasn't laughing. I'm serious, I said. That's not something to play with. She leaned forward a little. I hear you, she said. But I've been doing this long enough to know how to protect myself and move smart. I don't deal with just anybody. I shook my head, still trying to process everything. So that man, you've been dealing with him for a while? She nodded. Yeah, he's one of my regulars. A regular? I repeated. And he's married? She gave a small shrug. He is. And his wife doesn't know? She smirked slightly. She has no clue. As far as she's concerned, he's just busy working late, handling clients, doing what he does. That's wild, I said. So you just go around breaking up homes like that? She sat back in her chair, unfazed. Girl, this is business, not personal, she said. What he does at home is his business. I'm not trying to replace nobody. I'm just getting what I need and keeping it moving. I sat there, quiet for a second. I couldn't imagine putting myself in that position. Dealing with strangers like that, relying on them for money. It didn't sit right with me. She watched my face closely. I know this is a lot, she said, and I can tell you're trying to process it. I didn't even respond. At first, I felt the same way, she continued. But once you start seeing what kind of money is out here and what it can do for you, your mindset changes. She glanced around, then leaned in again. I'm not about to be out here struggling, working nonstop, barely getting by, when there's another way. I crossed my arms. So what? You want me to do this too? I asked. I'm just saying, think about it, she replied. My clientele is growing, and I can't be everywhere at once. I looked at her. What about your sister? I asked. Her expression softened a little. She's out of it now, she said. She met someone, and things got serious. Like that? I said. Like that, she nodded. She decided she wanted something different, so she left it behind. I raised an eyebrow. And how long was she doing it? A while, she said. She started when she was already grown, and she made her money, did what she had to do, then moved on. I shook my head. I just don't get what would make y'all choose something like this. That's when her whole energy shifted. She got quiet, serious. Our mother, she said. That caught me off guard. What? I said. She looked me dead in my eyes. Before I say anything else, I need to know something, she said. Everything I'm telling you, this stays between us. I nodded. You know that's not how I move, I said. I don't do the gossip, the he say, she say. None of that. She studied me for a second, then let out a slow breath. All right, she said quietly. My mother, Kita said quietly. She was young when she had me and my sister. And back then, she was dealing with one of the most powerful men in New York. I stayed quiet, listening. He made sure we never wanted for anything, she continued. Clothes, jewelry, cars, houses. Whatever she wanted, she had it. She got used to living a certain kind of life. She paused for a moment. My father was deep in the streets. And when you live like that, problems come with it. Her voice lowered. One night, my mom asked him to go to the store for her. It was strange, because he never went anywhere alone. But that night, he did. She looked down for a second, and that was the last time we saw him walk out that door. I felt my chest tighten. They grabbed him outside the store, she said, forced him into a van, and he never made it back home. I didn't say anything. About an hour later, the phone rang, she continued, and that's when everything changed. She took a breath. They told my mom they had him, and if she wanted to see him again, she had 1 week to come up with $1 million. $1 million? I said quietly. She nodded. My mom lost it. She started calling everybody he was connected to, anyone who could help. Nobody picked up. She shook her head. That's when she knew. Something was really wrong. She leaned back slightly. She had money saved, but not enough. Not even close. I stayed focused on her. Then one of his associates finally showed up, she continued. And instead of helping, he came with an offer. I frowned. What kind of offer? I asked. She looked at me. The kind that changes everything, she said. I didn't like where this was going. He told her he could help her come up with the rest of the money, but it wasn't going to be free. I leaned forward slightly. What did he want? She hesitated. He had his own operation going, she said, and he needed people he could trust, people who could bring him money fast. I already knew what she meant. She didn't want to do it, Kita said. That wasn't her life. My father was the only man she had ever been with. She paused. But when you're put in a position like that, when someone you love is on the line, her voice dropped. You start thinking differently. I sat there quiet. He told her this was the only way to get the money in time, she said, that if she didn't act fast, she might lose him for good. I swallowed. And your sister? I asked carefully. Kita's expression changed again. My sister was older, she said, still young, but grown enough to understand what was going on. She looked away for a second. My mother didn't want to involve her at all, but the situation was desperate. I could tell this part still sat heavy with her. It was the hardest decision she ever had to make, she said. I didn't interrupt. That whole week, she continued, everything changed for them. She paused. And for us. It was the hardest week of their lives, Kita said quietly. They did whatever they had to do to come up with the money. I could hear it in her voice. This wasn't just a story. She lived this. They moved fast, nonstop. My mother was in survival mode. She didn't have time to think, only to act. I stayed quiet. And the man who said he would help, she continued, he made sure everything went through him. I frowned. What do you mean? He controlled everything, she said. The money, the decisions, even what my mother had to do to get it. Something about that didn't sit right with me. That whole week, he never left, she added. I shook my head slowly. That doesn't sound like help. It wasn't, she said flatly. She paused for a second before continuing. When the week was finally up, we got the call. I leaned in slightly. It was my dad, she said. He was still alive. I let out a breath I didn't even realize I was holding. He asked if we had the money, she said. My mom was crying, telling him yes, that she did whatever she had to do. Kita's expression darkened, but then everything flipped. I didn't say anything. He realized who was around her and told her to get out of the house immediately, she said. My stomach dropped. He knew something wasn't right. She looked down for a second, but it was too late. My chest tightened. The man who was helping us. He was behind everything, she said. He set it up from the beginning. Wait, what? I said. She nodded slowly. He never planned on helping, she continued. He just used the situation to take control. I sat there stunned. What happened to your dad? I asked quietly. She took a breath. He didn't make it. Silence. That was the last time we ever heard his voice, she said. I didn't even know what to say. That man stayed around for a while after that, she continued. He kept control over everything, including my mother. Her tone hardened. And my mom, she never really recovered. I frowned. What do you mean? He broke her, Kita said. Mentally, emotionally. She's not the same person she used to be. I could hear the weight in her words. And now? I asked. He's gone, she said. That lifestyle caught up to him. Eventually, it always does. She leaned back slightly. My mom is still here, but she's dealing with the aftermath of everything. And my sister, she's trying to step up and take care of her now. I shook my head. Damn, Kita, I said. You've really been through a lot. She gave a small shrug. You learn how to survive, she said. I sat there thinking about everything she just told me. For the first time, I started to understand her. We ended up walking around the mall for a while, talking and shopping. After hearing a story like that, I needed something, anything, to take my mind off it.